Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brian with Strategic Trading. This is my third video on this dollar counter trade. Usually, I don't do 3 videos on one trade, but this is of particular interest to me because I want to point out several factors in this trade, which goes towards my entire trading style and philosophy as well. One of the things I want you to look at is we're paying attention to the 4-hour chart right now, and we have significant resistance, obvious resistance, sitting at the 4-hour chart, as you can see from my PSAR dots that are pushing us down, and we are basically taking the highs and the lows of the day before as our take profit and our stop loss on this long position that we have. Looking at the 4-hour chart, you can see clearly the resistance that we have faced and how little it has moved us. We are basically still at the same position that we were around 24 hours ago. We're looking at 4-hour, 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 30. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at around 28 hours right here that we're still sitting in the same location, give or take a few pips. And we are facing what looks to be all symbols point to downward pressure from our indicators. So the moment that we change into an upward symbol, an upward sign, or especially on the 4-hour chart, we will be well past the take profit area. So this is a good trade to take on many levels of the game, on many reasons, whether you are a trend trader or you are a trader who bases a contrarian trader who wants to go opposite and look at the symbols and signs as this is time to pick a bottom, pick a top, go the opposite direction, which is where I find myself a lot of times as a trader. But with the symbols that we have here, all the signs that we have that we're looking at, this is telling us that we should be 30, 40, 50 pips in the negative, or at least in a downward position. But we're facing none of that. And this is all on a technical level. This is not even looking at the fundamentals of both the dollar and the CAD right now. Now, one of the things that's interesting is that President Trump has just banned the purchase of Venezuelan oil. Now, banning the purchase of Venezuelan oil, how will that affect the United States? Or how will that affect the dollar Canada pair, to be more specific? It will affect us in the sense that Canada is already our number one trading partner. We buy more and trade more with Canada than any other country on earth because of our proximity. And this also includes oil. A lot of people don't know this. They think it's Saudi Arabia or one of the Middle East companies. No, we are Canada's main purchaser of oil. Now, with the ban on Venezuelan oil coming into play, we won't be able to purchase that. So we will have to supplement that, whatever that number is. I don't have it in front of me. I'm just going, right off of the information I have in my head right now. Whatever that number is for Venezuelan oil that we will not be able to purchase, that oil must be replaced somewhere. Now, more than likely, if it is replaced from a foreign source, as this was coming from Venezuela, it will more than likely be Canada. It will more than likely be our number one trading partner anyway. So this means that we will be purchasing more oil in Canada. So that means that if we're going to be purchasing more oil in Canada, when you purchase from a place, the transaction is paid for in the currency of that place. So if we're going to be purchasing oil from Canada, then we will have to pay more in Canadian dollars is what we're going to need. So there's a need for Canadian dollars. So the need for that is going to therefore push the price of the Canadian coin above the dollar, because we're going to need more Canadian currency to pay for our oil that we'll be purchasing to supplement what we're losing from Venezuela. So this means that in the supply and demand factor, we're looking at the Canadian dollar actually going up versus the dollar. Now, that would indicate that we should be actually selling the dollar versus the Canadian dollar and buying more of those. Now, this is going to get kind of loopy here for a second, guys. But one of the things that we tend to forget is that a actual stronger currency will dip when a weaker currency will actually rise. Now, that's one of the things that looks us in the face every day, but we tend to overlook that and not think about this. So, bearing the fact that the heavier weighted currency will not be the one that goes up, but will actually be the one that dips, puts us in the situation that I'm in now, where we are looking to sell the currency, which will be the more heavier weighted currency, which will be the Canadian dollar, and the United States dollar, which will actually be the lighter currency, will be the one that will rise. This is the illogical look at how currencies operate. Because if you've gone back over a lot of your trades, especially trades that you lost, and you did your analysis, you wonder why did this currency pair go the other way? Because you were looking at that currency pair as this was going to be the one that should rise based on the supply and demand. When really, if you think about the ones that you've lost, and if, according to the statistics of traders have lost more trades than they've won, then the obvious idea of going for the trade that you think is going to increase taking that long is obviously incorrect, if you think about it. And this is the premise that hit me one day, and I've been trading, not contrarian, but looking to see the fundamentals of which will be the heavier weighted currency, and instead of taking the long position, look at that as the sell signal, and vice versa. And I found that percentage-wise, my trading, and trades in particular, have actually increased in correctness of being right. The percentage has gone up. So now I'm sharing this with you, and we're gonna look at it particularly in the dollar currency pair and the dollar Canada currency pair, because we have all the factors that are needed to point out this this theory, if not theory, this actual observation and the correction and trading technique. So that's one of the things I want to share with you, and it's kind of things that we think about here, strategic. Now, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, no biggie. But if I'm right, hey, we all just made a whole lot of freaking money over here, huh? Or going to. So think about that, and let me hear your thoughts. Go ahead, leave some comments, give me your ideas, reach out to me, let me know what you think about this, and y'all have a good day. See you later.